Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the pros and the cons of Hampton University. If you're an incoming freshman watching this video, welcome, period. But also, I suggest that you watch the last video about things that I wish that I would have known before I came to Hampton, and things that I think that incoming freshmen need to know and should know before that they hit the campus. Because yeah. So also, disclaimer, this video is very subjective. It's subjective off experience, and this is about my experience being at Hampton. So if you're like, but she didn't touch on this part and that happened to me, it's because it didn't happen to me. And if you're like, but that didn't happen to me, well, it happened to me. So if you want to put your input in, you can make your own video. Feel free, do your thing, get your views too, period. But this is just about my experience, so don't feel hurt if I said something that didn't happen to you or that did happen to you, because I'm not you. Stay blessed. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get started with the video. So the first pro about Hampton is very self-explanatory. Everybody talks about it. Even people that hate Hampton and have left, they always say the one good thing that Hampton did have is opportunities, connections, internships, all that. They love that. Hampton is very big about their students having opportunities outside of the school year, when they leave campus. So in the summer, they expect most of their students to have a internship. Like, that's one thing that they're very adamant and proficient about. Like, they want their students to have a summer opportunity every summer if they can, So in the way that Hampton is so, rigorous about it, if you don't have a summer opportunity, it's literally just because you didn't want one. That's literally what it means. Because Hampton, they have so many career fairs. That's one thing that they're really good with. They have so many career fairs. So many organizations and different businesses come to campus to, recruit people, tell people about it, give people offers, just really have people locked in. Another thing is Hampton loves their emails. They love their emails. I love that for them, but it gets annoying. They're going to send you emails every single day about different opportunities, scholarships, internships. They love for their students to have those opportunities. They do. And I am a biology pre-med major, so if you're a biology major, you will get looped in with the biology, department's emails, and they send you hundreds of emails a month with internship opportunities, scholarship opportunities, externship opportunities, any opportunities. You're going to get thousands of emails about them, and I'm not joking. You're going to get here and you're going to be irritated because you're going to get so many emails. But it's also great because they want you to chase those opportunities. And they give you so many ways to chase those opportunities, to the point where if you don't have one, it's because you didn't want one. I got here in the fall. I transferred here in the fall, and I had a summer internship. I have a summer internship this summer by November. I got here in August. I had a summer internship paid, locked in by November. I'm doing a cancer summer internship about the GI tract and bacterial engineering. Within my first 3 months here, I had that locked and loaded, paid. I'm telling y'all, they do not play. And also your professors, they're very adamant about that too. But it also depends on your major, because I know that biology majors, our professors in our seminars make sure that we are applying for internships. They do not want us working over the summer. They want us working in the lab over the summer. They make it an assignment. Your assignment is you have to make a personal statement. Your assignment is you have to make a resume. Your assignment is you need to prove to me that you applied to 3 internships. I'm not kidding. They are literally forcing you to apply for an internship. But I love that. I actually love it. So that's something that Hampton is good at, is opportunities. They love it. And also, since you go to an HBCU and you go to Hampton, what? HBCU alum and Hampton alum love to hear that. They'll give you opportunities just because you're a undergrad at HBCU or undergrad at Hampton. They love that. Homecoming comes around, all the Hampton alumni, they're recruiting. They're looking for people to work for them. They're looking for people to give opportunities. They love that. And I love it for us. I do. I really do. The second pro about Hampton, I will say, is very subjective, because some people don't like the professors here, but so far I love the professors I have had. I will say that my professors do care about me deeply, and they have cared about me even outside of the classroom. They care about my mental. The ones I have had, they have cared about my mental. They emailed me to check up on me if I tell them that I missed class because of this event happened in my life. They're following up on an email with me the next week talking about, how are you? I'm praying for you. My professors have been very, very caring for me. They've reached out to me to extend opportunities. different opportunities that I would have never ever had. Like, they care about me deeply. They write my recommendations for different opportunities. There's some of the reasons why I got my internship. Like, they offer me, hey, do you need scholarship money? Okay, email me when you get out of class. Like, my professors have actually done a lot for me, and I have bonded with a lot of them as well, to the point where that's gang for real. Like, really, 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 they are. So I will say I haven't encountered any professors yet for me that have just been totally disgusting towards me and just weird and mean, and they're only here because they have to be here and they get paid. Like, my professors have actually really cared about me, and they actually care about my success, because I also think that they know that the way that I perform once I leave Hampton reflects what they poured out into me as well. So I have had a very successful time with my professors, and I think that's one thing that Hampton has done good with me. I know that there are professors here that, don't teach, they're bad, but hey, doesn't every campus have that? The third thing I will say about Hampton is that, to me, Hampton has a very clean campus, and they have nice dorms. Hampton does have nice dorms, they're clean. No mice, no roaches, no mold, no mildew, no dirt. It's not just dirty. Like, Hampton's dorms are actually really, really clean to me. Really clean. The campus is actually really, really clean. Yes, the buildings are old. I'm not gonna lie to you, buildings are really, really old. They look old, but on the inside, they're actually really clean. The only stuff that you might see is like, oh, the wall is peeling a bit. Oh, the ceiling might fall any second now. I'm just being real with you, but Hampton is actually really, really a really clean place, and I thank the Lord for that, because I can't do all that. When you hear horror stories from other HBCUs, you hear about the mice, the roaches, the dirt, da. I don't think we've had any problems with that in the dorms. The only bugs I have seen people see is like a spider. There's a spider. I'm like, okay, it's a spider. But yeah. Also, I will say that Hampton's dorms are really nice. The only thing I will say is I wish that they had more singles. I wish that they had more different types of housing, because every dorm pretty much kind of looked the same on the inside, like rooming wise. And I will say that I don't think that that's ever going to change in the future with like more singles and more options, because they're admitting more and more people every single year, y'all. So I know a lot of incoming freshmen have like texted me from TikTok and like Instagram, have asked me, oh, is your dorm a single? Like, what dorm has the singles? You're not going to get one. I'm not gonna lie to you, you're not going to get one. Before, you used to be able to like maybe catch a single, maybe slickly catch a single, maybe get lucky and catch a single. Now that's never going to happen unless you have like a disability accommodation, because you used to look out and do that, because they used to only admit like 700 students a year. Last year, like this year right now, they admitted 1,200 people. This upcoming year, they're admitting like 2,000 people. It's growing every single year, and soon we're going to end up like the HBCUs who don't have housing for seniors and juniors. Very soon we're going to end up like that, because they're admitting so many people now, and so now you're not going to find a single, because everybody has to share a room or they won't have space. They have to. Even our apartments are 2-bedroom apartments. 2 people live in there, 1 person in each bedroom. Now they're trying to turn that into 2 people living in 1 bedroom, because there's so many people that are coming here. So Hampton's dorms are nice, and the only con I will say is you can't really find a single, and that gets irritating sometimes, because we're grown, you know what I mean? But it's literally their fault, because they're admitting so many people. Okay, and so the next pro is the environment and the culture. It's a HBCU. I love being where everybody's black. I can go outside and have a different style than everybody, and nobody's going to stare at me, because here everybody embraces everybody's creativity. They love when somebody has a different style. They eat that up. Oh my gosh, you look so good. I love your little that you got going on. They love it here. You don't have to be apologetically you. You can be unapologetically you here, and nobody cares. Everybody's so welcoming. It's like a big family here. That's the one thing I like about Hampton being a smaller HBCU, is that everybody's like a big happy family. Everybody knows everybody. It's real comfy here. Like, everybody wants to get to know everybody. Like, it's just a family here. Everybody's welcoming. Everybody's cool. Another thing, the Hampton gentlemen, you will hear the Hampton gentlemen hold those doors. They do. I thought it was a joke. They do. They'll even do a little jog to hold that door for you. They will hold that door for 30 seconds. If you're all the way back there, they're gonna wait for you until you walk to that door. It's a little anxious though, because why? Now I feel like I gotta speed walk. But it's so good. It's so good. Like, period. Now the other things that has to do with Hampton gentlemen, I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. I haven't talked to a Hampton man in that type of way since I've been here. I have a man. Don't need one of them. So on that note, I can't give you no advice on. Ask somebody else. Ask somebody else. Now let's get to the cons. I know that's what y'all are waiting for. Let's get to it. These are going to be cons that I hear talked about. A lot of them aren't even cons that I think are true. It's just going to be some cons that have been talked about. So firstly, the food. I'm going to be 100% real with y'all. The food is not as bad as people make it look. Okay? The food is just terribly mid. That's the thing. The food is not bad. It's not gross. Like, it's not bad quality. It's not. They're not giving you raw and dirty and old and expired and, you know, stuff like that. It's really just, it's so mid. I should not go in the caf every single day and see fries and pasta. Like, it's just like that. Like, the food isn't bad and like disgusting and like scary. It's literally just so mid. There's not that many options. But Hampton has got better with that in this past month. We have like a Chipotle type thing. We have a hibachi type thing. We got an omelet bar. We have a burger and chicken bar. Like, there's different options now. And we have like a pizza bar or something. They have made different options like that now. And the other main option food is getting better. But before, the food was just terribly mid. It was terribly bland. Like, it was just like, oof. But the thing I try to give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt, because I understand that they're trying to feed like 5,000 people every single day, 3 times a day. So when you have to make that much food, you gotta make it in bulk. You gotta make it in mass. So they're buying the stuff, like, you're not gonna get gourmet meal stuff. You're going to get stuff that they bought in bulk from like GFS or something. You know what I mean? So I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but the food is not that bad, I promise you. I promise you, if you see pictures of stuff like circulating around about something was found in somebody's food, it's the exact same pictures that's been circulating around for like 6 years, like 7 years. Like, it's not a recent picture, and it's not that person who posted its picture. I promise you it's not. The food is not that bad here. It's just mid. Do I eat in the caf? No, not that much, because I don't be wanting that food. I want Chick-fil-A. You know? I want Chick-fil-A. And the con that I think that is a con is the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi here is garbage. You need a hotspot. I put that in my video about things that incoming freshmen need to know. You need a hotspot. The Wi-Fi is garbage. There's nothing even to expand on that. It's just garbage. It's trash. It is. The next con, I think, is some of the things that we're forced to pay for. On your tuition, you can see a breakdown of the things that we're forced to pay for. One of the things is a cable fee. I do not think that we should be paying any type of electronic fees and cable fees when our Wi-Fi does not work. And when you don't even use the cable here, you know? When you don't even get a TV here and you don't hook it up, I should not be paying a cable fee. When my Wi-Fi doesn't even work, I should not be paying an electronic fee. I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't. Let's talk about it. I really shouldn't. Another thing, I think that we should be able, you know, I think that first years and second years should be able to choose if they want a meal plan or not. Like me, I literally eat in the caf like twice a week, and I'm paying like $6,000 for an 18 meal a week meal plan. Baby, I don't need that. Like, I could be saving so much money. I could be using all of that money towards like groceries and other stuff like that. I only eat in the caf like twice a week. I should not be being forced to pay $6,000 more for meal plan because I live on campus. It's just crazy. Like, I feel like I should get the option, you know? I should get the option to opt out, because it just builds on to the debt I'm gonna have to have. Because, you know, I'm going to med school, so I already know I'm gonna have some debt. But it's gonna be paid off anyway, future anesthesiologist. But still, I just think that it's real weird that we have to be forced to pay for some things that we don't even use. I just don't know how I feel about that. But yeah. Now, another thing. Hampton is very academically vigorous. Everybody knows this. That's why some people leave. And with that, I was very shocked when I got on campus, because at my last campus, they took attendance, maybe. You know, my classes, they didn't take attendance that much, and if they did, it was just to take it. And if they did, it wasn't for a grade. When I got to Hampton, every single class takes attendance, and most of them take it as a grade. I only have like one class that doesn't have attendance as a grade. And with that, it's like corruptive. It's very corruptive because I'm grown. I feel like if I choose not to go to class and risk wasting my money and risk failing, that's on me. It's a decision I make. But I do not think that I should be forced to go to class every single day to the point where if I don't go to class, it hurts my grade really, really bad. Because for me, last semester, let's say for instance, for chemistry, I don't go to that class. I'm not gonna lie. But it's not because, oh, I'm not going to class, like I'm not going to class. I don't feel like going to class. No, it's more of this professor sits here and just reads the PowerPoint word for word, bar for bar, goes to the next one. Word for word, bar for bar, goes to the next one. Doesn't teach, doesn't help, doesn't do anything. And I have to sit in there for an hour and 15 minutes? No, I don't think so. So I stay at home. I go over the information myself. I write it down. I study it. I practice it. And then I show up to class when the exams happen. I ace those exams. I go back home, do it again for the next chapter. And I did that the entire semester. And I ended that class with a 93. I never had to cheat on my exams once. I never had to cheat on anything. I did all of my quizzes, did all of my homework, did all of my exams, turned all the work in, didn't show up to class, and I still got a 93 because I'm good at the content. I'm good at the class. I just don't want to show up for class. But for other classes, I try to do the same thing, and I'm damn near failing. Like, I just think that that's corruptive, you know? Because, yes, you know, you should go to class, but also it's like, if I have to go to class, then you have to teach. That's how I feel. If I'm obligated to go to class, then you should be obligated to teach. You should not just be reading a PowerPoint that was made in 2005 and forcing me to sit here and listen to you read that when you don't even understand the content yourself. When I can thrive more from teaching myself and still turning in my work. I just believe that if you do your work, there's no way that you should be almost failing or getting really, really bad grades just because you didn't sit in class and listen to the teacher read. I think that's corruptive, and it's weird because it's normalized in like every single class here at Hampton. And I think that bleeds into the mental health thing. Yeah, with Hampton just being very academically vigorous, they really just care about school, you know? And with that attendance thing, we're teenagers, we're going through a lot, and we're college students, we're going through a lot. The transition is a lot as well for freshmen. Mental health, when you're missing classes and missing days because you're really going through it in your brain, you're paying for that because you're missing class. Like that attendance grade, it affects people that have mental health problems. Because me, I get seasonal depression really, really bad, and it makes me not want to be able to, it makes me not want to get out of my bed. It makes me not want to wake up. It makes me not want to do anything. It makes me not want to go to class. And now I have to suffer, and my grade has to pay for that just because I didn't attend class. I still stayed in bed and I did my work through my depression, but I'm still paying for it just because I didn't physically sit in class. And I think that that's also very damaging and can be really, really, really damaging to students with mental health problems. Because it's like, it's just weird to me, you know? Yeah. Now, let's get into it. Another thing, now we can talk about the staff. Professors, I think at Hampton are great. The staff, I think, is weird, and just a lot of them are bad. And that is the office personnel. The financial aid office, most of the people in there are rude as crap. They're rude. They're rude and they're unprofessional, and they don't care about their job. They really don't. They just come to work every day to kiki, kaka, gossip with their girls, shop on Shein, shop on Amazon, and talk about students. That's all they do. They don't see your problems as a sense of urgency just because it doesn't affect them. They don't see your problems as a sense of urgency just because it's not their problems. Like, they will literally sit at their desk, ignore emails, and shop on Shein and Amazon all day. I have witnessed it. I've been financially cleared all year, but all of a sudden they wanted to choose me for verification for my FAFSA. So they told me I need to fill out documents. I didn't know what documents they were talking about because I've never had to be picked for verification. So I was contacting them and asking them for 3 months. They ignored me. They finally answered me on the last day and told me, oh, here's the form. You need to fill it out by 5 p.m. You need to have all these forms, da da da. And I was like, what? And so I texted her. I emailed them back. That's very unprofessional, inconsiderate. I'll do what I can because y'all ignored me for 3 months. That's crazy. And then texted me. Then emailed me on the very last due date the stuff. That's weird. And then I turned it in nonetheless. Then they kept on saying that I wasn't verified, I wasn't whatever. Come back in after Christmas break, come back in January. They were telling my mom that their systems were down. They can't check my stuff right now. Their systems are down. So I had to go to them in person. They made me sit there for 3 hours. I sat there from 3:30 to 6:30 just to walk up in that room finally and for her to tell me one sentence. They ignored my calls, ignored my emails, just to tell me something that could have been written in the email. She sat there and told me one sentence. And I was like, I have been emailing y'all for like 3 months. And then she opens her tab because she was on Amazon. She was shopping on Amazon while I was talking to her, y'all. I can't make this up. While I was talking to her, she was shopping on Amazon. So then she clicks on her tab and she looks and she's like, oh yeah, you were emailing us. Like, they don't have a sense of urgency. Like, they don't have a sense of urgency, and they're real rude, real nonchalant just because it's not problems that affect them. Just because the stuff doesn't affect them, they don't care. And it's irritating, like really irritating. Like, she was playing in my face real bad and it was just giving. Yeah. And so then I finally got my stuff turned in January, and they just finally processed it last week. It is March 31st. Yeah. So I will say some different office staff, they are actually really rude, and they don't care about their job. They're just here just because they got to be here, and they don't care about the problems that you have to go through just because they're not the ones going through them. You know, it's just another day for them while you're fighting for your life, trying to make sure that you can stay in school. Like, what? Yeah. Another bit of staff here that are sometimes rude. The traffic office personnel, they're so nice, sweethearts. And also the admissions office, sweethearts. Love them so much. But the security guards, sometimes they take their job too serious and they can be really rude. I remember I left my water bottle, like literally last week, I left my water bottle in class. I go back after my practice. I went back to the building at like 10 p.m. I walk in there to get my water bottle. I'm right by the classroom door. The doorknob is like right here. I try to reach. 3 security guards come up on me. What are you doing? The sergeant already told you shouldn't be in here. You need to leave right now. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know who you're talking about. Didn't know sergeant talked to me. I left my water bottle in here earlier. Like, I left my water bottle in here in the class. And she just started yelling at me. You got to get it tomorrow. You shouldn't be in here. You got to go. This is literally. I was like, wow. My water bottle is like literally 2 inches away from me. I can't grab it. No, you need to wait till tomorrow. I just left. Like, they could have been nicer with that. They could have just let me get my water bottle. Like, what? What's going on? But yeah, it just depends on the people you go to. The people in the CAF, that CAF personnel, they're very good. They're very nice. They're pretty nice to me. But yeah, so those are all the things that I wanted to touch on. If I forgot about anything, let me know. I can make a part 2 if y'all have any more specific questions. But there were some questions that people on TikTok asked me, so I will answer them right now. Okay, so somebody asked me, what are my favorite and least favorite things about HU? So I think my favorite thing about HU is really the connections and how much they push you to chase opportunities, because they have so many opportunities here, and I think that's very beneficial because people need those opportunities and people need that extra kick, and some people wouldn't know about this stuff if it wasn't for Hampton. Like, I didn't even know anything about summer internships before I came here, and I went to college for a whole year before I came here. Like, and as soon as I came to Hampton, I got an internship within 3 months. That's insane. And that's my favorite part because that's going to help me get to med school. Like, med schools love to see your experience. They love to see your internships. They love to see your hands-on stuff. And I think that that's something that's benefited me. And it's a blessing, honestly. I think that my least favorite thing about Hampton would just be the dorming situation right now. How you can't get a single room. You know, how they're admitting so many people. It's getting irritating now because it's affecting the quality of being at school. You know, because now since they're admitting so many people, the CAF is always full at certain hours. You can't get to the CAF between your classes because there's so many people in there. You can't get the dorm you want. You can't get a single. You can't even get, like, the amount of people that they're admitting is affecting the quality of life on campus. I'm not going to lie to you. And that's not a throw at the incoming freshmen. I love y'all deeply. It's just like, it's true, and y'all will realize that once y'all get here. Y'all will realize that there's so many people in different spaces now that didn't used to be, and it's affecting the quality of, like, just carrying out certain everyday things. It is. And then the next question was, how is student life? Are there a lot of events since HU is so isolated? The student life is great here. Everybody's involved in something. Like, everybody's a part of a club, an org, something. And then the next thing is, are there enough events since HU is isolated? That's one thing about Hampton. Hampton is kind of in a dead city. There's not much to do in Hampton. There's not much to find in Hampton. Like, to do something fun or to find something fun, it's like all in Norfolk, all in Virginia Beach. You're going to have to take that Uber for a little bit, take that drive for a little bit, which is fine if you have a car, but it does get a little pricey if you like don't have a car. You're going to have to take a lot of Ubers. The cost is going to stack up, like it's going to show. But on campus, there are a lot of on-campus events. A lot of the orgs, like many orgs, throw a lot of events. The student center and student activities, they throw a lot of events. We have parties, on-campus parties in the gym that the student activity center throws. Every Friday there's 4 to 6, so that means every Friday during 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. different clubs have tables for fundraisers selling stuff. Different student sellers, they sell stuff. There's also music, there's a lot of activities. Like, there is always something to do at Hampton. Like, on campus there's always different events and stuff going on. But if you want to do something off campus, be ready to take that little drive, be ready to take that little Uber, because there's nothing to do around Hampton at all. And yeah, then the next question was, how have your professors been overall? Are they helpful? And also, what's your major? My professors, yes, have been so helpful. I love them dearly. They're the best people in the world. They have helped me get through a lot since I've been here. They have helped me become a part of a lot. They have helped me reach a lot of my different milestones. And yeah, they have helped me with a lot. And then it says, and also, what's your major? I am a biology major on the pre-medicine track. Trying to go to med school, trying to become an anesthesiologist, just doing my thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You're going to hear this all of the time, but Hampton is literally what you make it. So if you have just a bad mindset coming in here, you're going to have a horrible time. If you're only coming here because your parents wanted you to come here, you're probably going to have a horrible time. If you're just staying in your room all day and you're not becoming a part of anything, you're not doing anything, you're probably going to have a horrible time. So it is what you make it. Whatever you put into Hampton is what it gives back to you. You know, if you put in that energy, if you try to make it a good place, if you try to have fun, if you try to be involved, if you try to enjoy your life here, you're going to enjoy it. But if you don't do anything and you're just like a Debbie Downer, then yeah, you're not going to like Hampton at all. And then also, I think that we need to remember is that there's bad at every HBCU. It's not just Hampton. So the stuff that you see on TikTok, number one, don't believe everything that you see on TikTok. Let's talk about that. So a lot of y'all come to different HBCUs just because you saw that one event on TikTok and you see that their party life on TikTok is great. What you see on TikTok is just what people want you to see, okay? What you see on TikTok just resembles a little tiny bit of the campus, bad or good. So if you're seeing bad stuff about the campus, that's somebody else's personal experience. That's not what everybody's going through. That's not even what half of the people are going through. That's not even what 80% of the people are going through. That's just what that one person went through. Also, when you see different good and fun stuff happening, that's not what happens throughout the whole year. No, we do not have parties every single day, every single weekend. We don't. Please don't believe that because you see it on TikTok. It's not true. So you really just have to do your own research about the school and get your own feel of it, and also just give it a chance, because everybody's experience isn't going to be yours, and your experience isn't going to be everybody else's. Because there's different experiences that I see that are just the polar opposite of mine, and that doesn't make theirs any less true. It's just that experiences are really subjective. You have to see it for yourself. But yeah, also every HBCU has its problems. So when you say, Hampton, I don't really like that it does this, I'm gonna transfer here, then you transfer there and now you're even shittier. Because every school has its problems, not even just HBCUs. I transferred from a PWI. Like, think about that. Y'all say, I'm going to transfer to a PWI because they're better, they got their stuff together. Baby, no they don't. No they don't. Every PWI is not better than every HBCU. Stop it. Stop that rhetoric right now, because y'all are tainting people's brains, telling them, oh, y'all going to the HBCU just for the experience, when PWI is going to give you better this, better that. That's not true. And that's coming from somebody who's been to both now. That's not true. Let's stop that real bad, because it's a dangerous narrative to push as well. But then also, I also think the main outcome is complaining makes a difference. As much as you guys, say that you don't like this, you don't like that, you need to bring it up to somebody at your school. And if you bring it up to somebody at your school and they don't change it and they don't acknowledge it, then you need to put that shit on blast. I'm not gonna lie to you. As y'all can see, there's probably stuff that you've seen in TikTok about Hampton. The dean, he sees that stuff. The stuff that you post on social media, he sees it. I'm not gonna lie to you. After you post something about Hampton that's bad, he's going to call you and have a meeting with you and talk about it. They see it. They do. And also sometimes it leads to change. So you got kids complaining about the food. The staff don't care. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on TikTok. You put it on TikTok that the food here is horrible and they're giving us crap and they're giving us mid food. Now the dean is like, dang, everybody just heard about that. Now we gotta change. A girl did that, not gonna say her name, but she did that. She complained about the food here, posted on TikTok, put everybody on blast. The dean had a meeting with her, tried to tell her that she was wrong, but guess what? Our food got better within the next week. I tell you, we had lemon pepper chicken, barbecue chicken that week. What was the next thing we had? Next thing we had was some Korean brisket. Oh, it was too good. Next day we had seafood boils. We had the corn, the egg, the sausage, the different type of sauces. We had cheddar biscuits. We had crab legs, all in the cute plastic bags, y'all. Complaining makes a difference. Big shout out to her. She know who she is. Love you damn dearly, because that seafood boil was chef's kiss. But yeah, complaining makes a difference. So if you're just going to sit down there and complain on the phone to your friends all day, sit down there on social media and complain all day, bring it up to your royal court. Bring it up to your student government. Bring it up to your dean. That's what they're here for. If you don't say anything to them, they can't help you. They don't know. They probably do know the problems, but they get in the upper hand since they got them elite groups. But complain. That's the moral of the story. Complain. Complaining makes a difference. It does. I love Hampton dearly. It has its cons, Every place has its cons. But for me personally, the pros outweigh the cons. And also, I'm just completely happy here. Like, I'm not worried about the food. I don't care about the food. The Wi-Fi, it's bad, but I have my hotspot. My professors are great. Everything isn't always going to be good. But for me, the good outweighs the bad. And I'm completely happy here. And I also believe it's because I've come from a place that I hated. I hated my last university, so this is like a blessing to me. Like, it's the best thing ever. And also, once again, Hampton has provided so many good things to me, and I'm just really appreciative. And also, I'm just happy to be here. I love my school so much, and y'all could never make me hate Hampton. They could never make me hate you. But yeah, so that's all the tea about Hampton University that I have to say. If you want a tour of McGrew, I'll probably give y'all that before. I'm going to give y'all that before I move out, definitely, because I know people are going to be moving in and going to be looking for them videos over the summer. But yeah, I'll give y'all a scoop on that too. So that's all. If you have any other questions, don't feel too ill to DM me. I answer all DMs. I send y'all voice messages. I give y'all the scoop. Let me know. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. So have a nice day.